Hello, it is Monday the 24th today. No video last week. So the last I left you, I was at the foot of the Alps on the campsite. Ended up getting absolutely chollied, too much rum and coke. Ended up throwing my guts up on a really quiet campsite. Yeah, so I sort of left there with a tail between my legs, very hanging. So yes, headed towards the Alps, drove to 4 lakes, 2 I couldn't get into because there was height restrictions, so yeah, that was quite annoying, so I couldn't get into a couple, and the other 2 that I found, one was at the foot of Montcuq, another one was 20 odd miles away. You can only fish at the weekends. Now this is Sunday now, I'm here. I was going to chance it, could have done. Really nice lakes, both of them. One was absolutely full of pads, really nice water, but decided against it. I was a bit frustrated with it all by then. So stopped, had a cup of tea, and then wondering where I'm going to go. So I thought, I've had enough of searching. All I seemed to do was search, looking for venues. So I thought, fuck it, I'll have this week off. Yeah, so I literally thought, I'm not going to do a video this week, for whatever it was, week 5. So I decided to have a bit of me time. So I drove through the Montcuq tunnel into Italy, and then drove down to the Mediterranean coast, drove back along the Med into Monaco, and I had to park up there for the night. And then in the morning, done a few laps around Monaco Grand Prix track. Only to be stopped on my 3rd lap by the policeman, telling me that I wasn't allowed to rag the ice off my van around Monaco. And then headed towards Montpellier. I found a few venues in Montpellier, but again they had only fishing at the weekends, which is no good. I've travelled all this way, I want to fish. So I thought, I was trying to make content, so I thought, right, let's have a go. Let's chance my arm, put my rods out. And yeah, half an hour later, the old bill turned up, told me to move on. So they're pretty. I mean, if you're doing something wrong, you'll soon know about it, because the French will, they'll make a shout about it. They'll tell the authorities, and you'll soon get moved on. So if you break the rules, don't worry, you'll soon know about it. You'll soon find out. So yeah, left there, drove to another venue, which was absolutely ramo. I mean, it was so full. I just literally thought, no, I ain't even going to bother. Parked up there for the night and had a kip. The next day, I'd been on the internet the night before, and I'd found a Plan du Jour, which is like a public place where you can, for leisure basically. This one had night fishing on it, so I thought, right, let's go there. It was all right. It wasn't very busy. I mean, there was probably at a push 10 people down there. One person fishing, a French guy. So I thought, yeah, this will do. So stayed there. I lost the fish the first night in a snag, and then with that in mind, I then put the boat up. I'm not prepared to lose fish, especially in snags. So I put the boat up because you was allowed to have crazy rules of French. You're allowed to have a float tube, which are the things that you sit in and you dangle your legs underneath and you paddle yourself along. But you're not allowed to have boats. What is the difference? None really. But me being me, I'm not going to leave fish wrapped up in snags. I'm going to go out and get that fish out of the snag. So yeah, in the morning I got the boat blown up, went out there to get this fish out of the snag, and yeah, obviously by the time I got there the fish had gone anyway. So anyway, retrieved my rig, so I wasn't leaving line and shit in the water. And then done another night, and yeah, managed 2 fish through that night. Nothing special. I think 19-ish was the biggest. Only small, 22 this one, but still welcome, you know. It's been a long old slog on this venue. Didn't think there were any carp in here. Caught myself a black bass as well on a bit of fake corn. So yeah, there's a ton of black bass in here and not many carp. I don't know whether I'll hang it out another night or not yet, I'm not sure. But yeah, this is number 2 of the night. There you go, that's fish number 1 of the night. He goes 15 pounds this one. And again, this one came in pretty easily. The last one I had to go out in the boat and get it because it managed to go into the pads. Yeah, I don't know. Do I stay or do I go? Anyway, let's get you back. Yeah, it wasn't, I wasn't overly impressed with it. A nice venue, don't get me wrong, a really nice venue, lovely scenery, like with the, the hills, in front of me, really, really nice. And I was running out of beer as well, so it was time to wrap up, get some supplies in. So ended up going and looking for new venues, and again the same old thing. Went to look for some barrages, couldn't even find a way to get into the barrage, let alone fish it. I've done enough off-roading in the van now, I just don't want to risk fucking my van up. Honestly, one of the venues, the venue I was told to move on by the police, that was like driving across the surface of Mars to get into that. And yeah, I've managed to lose a rear reflector off the van. That's how, that's how bad these roads are. So yeah, I wasn't going to chance going down any dodgy lanes anymore. So I ended up driving to the Didine region, and there was a lake which spurred off of the Didine. You could night fish, so I thought, right, let's go and have a bit of that. Anyway, got there, lovely park up. I had the van right behind the swim. Literally, it was 5 metres away from my van. It was ideal. So got me stuff set up. Went out on the boat, had a little echo around, and yeah, there was a bit of a plateau, sort of halfway, well over halfway. So I had a little feel around. It's just choddy shit, rotten leaf matter, and I thought, that ain't gonna happen. So then I went behind this plateau, and then it sort of shelved off. It was a couple of foot deeper, and it was a bit firmer. So I thought, right, I put all 4 rods on this plateau, right. Nothing. Had a barbie, and I thought, what's going on? It's fishing. I know you're not guaranteed to catch. So I didn't bother reeling in because I was pretty confident with my bait, so I just left them there. I'd put a little bit of bait in, I didn't put a lot in, I put a bit of bait in. So I'm sitting on my rods, and then the guard de pêche turned up. See your licence? Yeah, showed him my licence. He's gone through it. He's gone, yeah, all good. Yeah, no worries. Give me my licence back, and he walks away. And I thought, right, that's it. I'm in the night fishing zone. All's good. You ain't said nothing. And then 5 minutes later, he come back and said, "You do realise you're in the days only zone?" I was like, oh, seriously? And he went, "Yeah, the night fishing is on the other bank." I was like, oh, right. So I thought, right, let's go out in the boat, go and check the other bank out. There's no way to get to it apart from a boat. So I thought, right, let's go and have a look. Anyway, there was 3 swims you could just about fish. And I looked at them and I was like, you know, on my Todd, it's a bit hard work, steep banks. I just didn't, you know, I don't want the hassle of, well, certainly not falling in the lake in the middle of the night. So I decided against it, and then came back and just sort of thought, right, I'll just fish the day. I reel in. I asked the guard de pêche. He said, yeah, you got to reel in half an hour after sunset, and you can fish half an hour before sunrise. So I thought, well, yeah, that'll do. I'll do that. Anyway, so that was the plan. I was just going to fish through the day. Anyway, 3 o'clock, six French anglers turned up in boats, all over to the far bank, and I thought, right, here we go. Yeah, and then an hour later, fuck me, they was cutting me up left, right and centre. I tell you what, they might as well have been fishing in my swim. So I thought, you know what, you got to pick your battles, haven't you? I didn't want to have a row with anyone, so I thought, just fucking reel in. So I just reeled in. Didn't even bother fishing that night. I had a good night's kip to wake up in the morning to come to this venue. Again, this is another Plan of View. So this is one, again, it's a public space. This is very public, this space. So I got here yesterday, which was Sunday. I got here about midday-ish. In the night fishing zone, I definitely made sure I was in the night fishing zone. So this is pretty cool. The van is literally behind me. I got here, I got to this venue and there's a barrier. I'm like, what's all this about? Anyway, you got to pay to get into this one. It's €7. Now I know I'm trying to do this as a free fishing. It is, the fishing is free, but you have to pay to get into here. €7 to get in. I was a bit, what's going on? And lucky enough, there was a security guard, and he came over and said, you know, tried to, you know, establish what the problem was. And I was like, can I fish here? Can't I fish here? He said, you need to go to the mayor and you've got to blah, blah, blah. You need to get a ticket. And I went, but I've got a fishing licence. And he went, oh, can I have a look? And I showed him my fishing licence. I said, yeah, oh yeah. He said, you're all right, you can fish here. So yeah, paid me £7, get in and drive down to this spot I'm in at the moment. Which is nice. Say I've got the van right behind me. I'm right on the water's edge. As you see, I've got the boat out and all. You'll have boats on here. Probably don't even need it, but I'm going to go out with the echo sounder later anyway, just to have a little bit of a map around. And yeah, so I thought, right, get myself settled. There was a French family. I don't know what we were saying, about 20 metres away from me. And they all set up, so I thought, right, I'll just rock onto here. And then yeah, an hour later, fuck me, it filled out. There was about 200 people on here. Don't forget, it was in 32 yesterday, so it was a scorchy old day. And this venue, you're allowed to swim in here, you're allowed to boat in here, you can whatever, pretty much. At the other end, they've got like a wipeout course, so you can play on that. So yeah, it is very, very public. But I looked at the weather, and the weather was going to change, and as you can see, it's a bit grey and it's a bit shitty. So I thought, right, the weather's going to be a bit crap, there ain't going to be no one's swimming, so we'll be all right for this week. So we're here, we're going to chance it and see what happens. Yeah, it's a nice bit of water. It's clay, as you can see the water is very blue. Yeah, we'll see. Right, it's been 24 hours roughly for this fish to show up. Fished in the margin, a rod length out in 15 foot of water. This one was caught with a tropical fish pop-up, fished over particle. And yeah, it's finally gone. It's taken me a while to get onto the bait, so I'm going to put a bit more out this morning and see if we can get a few more. If this is a staying with the fish, then I'm going to probably move on anyway. I'll give it another 24 hours and then we'll make our mind up, see what happens. There you go. There you go. It's Tuesday afternoon now, 4 o'clock-ish, and this one's just gone. One of the ones that are literally under my rod tips in front of me. Yeah, right hand set. And this little fella decided to have some. He goes 21 this one. He's got some fantastic orange colours to the tips of his tail. But he's also got a few spawning battle scars as well. Yeah, looks like a tarpon this one. Get it in the net, it's bosh, he's trying to get out. Yeah, I'll take it a grass scar. Alright, speak you back. Yep, public fishing. Yeah, so there's a bunch of kids over there. As much as I want to smash my lead over there, you know what, I ain't gonna. Yeah, I just had a take and it fell off. But yeah, you know, you've got to use your nodder, wouldn't you, really? So I'll wait till they vacate, and then I'll get fishing again. And yeah, and that's the other thing as well. You know, there is no editing on your French fishing. Sometimes the fish over you, they will. It's just the way it is. It's just how they are. You know, just let them go on the bed. It's Wednesday the 26th today. Had 2 small carp last night. Nothing to write home about. In £10 mark. Yeah, and the last one absolutely trashed. 3 rods. Managed to go under the line. I tried to knit one pearl one, but it weren't having it. Ended up losing 200 yards of braid. Over 3 reels, so not good. Managed to retrieve all the braid, but yeah, I had to cut the line in the end because it was just a fucking mess. Yeah, I put a bit more bait in this morning. Let's see what happens. So I don't think there's anything big in here, which is, you know, it's not the end of the world to me. I don't care about size. I just want to catch fish. I'm not a sizist. Fish is a fish to me. Yeah, I'm gonna hang it out. Let's hang it out till Friday. The weather's supposed to be hot again tomorrow, so potentially there'll be no fishing tomorrow. If it gets busy, I'm just gonna reel in, and if you can't beat them, join them. Let's see. That's it, good boy. There you go, look at him. Putting his fin up for us, being all proud. Size doesn't matter. It's about, what, 5 o'clock now. And yeah, this one's just gone off. He fancied a tropical fish pop up, this one. Only small, but still nice. Got a funny little hump on his shoulders, this one. Bit of a deformity going on now. But still, lovely. All right, let's get you back. There we go. It is Thursday the 27th today. Same old story. Two small carp in the night, and this one's just gone off this morning. Yeah, not big fish, but I don't care. Yeah, gonna do another day, and then we'll be on the road tomorrow. It's meant to be hot today, but it's quite cloudy, so maybe there won't be any swimmers today. Yeah, we'll have another day of catching these little clippers, and then we'll move on. Right, let's get you back. There you go. There we go. Fish number one of the morning. It went about 7 o'clock. I just had him in the net. I caught a few more Zeds. What a monster. Alright, let's get you back, matey. There we go. The fish number 2 in the morning. No monster, but still welcome. Alright, it's time to wrap up here, I think, and move on to the River Lot, I think. But for this week, let's call it a wrap. Alright, let's get you back, little fella.